Well, hello everyone. A hot, beautiful day in Wyoming today, down here near the Wind River in Riverton. You know, we hear a confounded judge telling his friend, Agrippa, I believe, that he had been called to judge this Christian named Paul, and when he gets there, he's surprised of what they're accusing him of, not what he figured they'd be accusing him of, but some kind of internal squabble. And he's like, well, you might as well go to Jerusalem to face the music. And he says, no, I'll stay here and see what Caesar says. And so this guy's, oh, all right. And he keeps him. And then we hear from Jesus today. He is the risen Jesus. He's with the apostles. They've just had their breakfast. He found them fishing. He offers them breakfast and they come. And then he asks, after they've had a nice breakfast, after they've had some fellowship, he asks Peter, do you love me? And Peter says, yes, I love you, Lord, and feed my sheep. And he asks him 3 times. And each time Peter answers the affirmative. He gets a little bit testy the 3rd time. Doesn't seem to like being asked the 3rd time. And he says, you know that I love you. You know that I do. And of course, a lot of many people write that Jesus knew that he had to say it 3 times, that he had to confess his love 3 times to make up for the 3 times that he denied Jesus. I think that's true. But I think that Jesus knew how much Peter needed to say it 3 times. Probably at the time Peter was maybe wasn't even thinking about that it was making up for those 3 times. It got a little testy there on the 3rd one. You know that I do. And yet he needed it. And Jesus knew he needed to say it. And and there's a lot of times, maybe in our lives where somebody's done us wrong and they say they're sorry once, and we want to hear it 10 more times. And then there's a time when we wrong somebody else, and we say they're sorry, and it doesn't seem to do any good. We don't think about the time we got wronged and we wanted to hear it 10 times. That's human nature. But we need to apologize when it's time to apologize. We need to tell the Lord and to tell each other of our love. And Jesus knows what we need to do. And he calls us to that. Jesus always calls us to what we need in our lives. Not what we think is going to make us happy, the next vacation or the next job or the next party, but what we need in our lives. What we need. And what Jesus knows what we need better than we know what we need. And then thank God for that. And thank God that he calls us to what we need. And let us say yes to him because he knows better than we do. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.